you have no hair here, so I have nothing to grab. And I guess coming from someone else made me more concerned because I'm like, whoa, I can't even get my hair done the way I want them. Losing patience. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Don't Call Us Snappy. It's your girl Audrey. So today I want to talk about alopecia. So what is alopecia? And if you're having this issue, please listen to this video until the end. I want to explain what it is. I want to explain my own experience, what I have tried, and also what are the things that are available for you to try if you're having this issue. So please stay with me until the end so you can better understand what is it, what's happening to you, and understand the different stages and what you can do to solve this issue. So what is alopecia? Alopecia is a medical term and it simply means loss of hair, baldness. So it means it can be partial or it can be complete loss of hair in an area where hair used to grow. So today we'll be talking about tractional alopecia. So we're talking about edges specifically. All right, so what are the different stages of alopecia? Alopecia has 3 stages. So the first stage is when, for example, you have a tight ponytail and you always wear your hair in a tight ponytail, or you get your braids done, and then you realize that once you take them off, your edges are really thin. All right. Second stage is usually when, let's say we use the same example, you got your braids done, you take them off, but then you realize that your edges are gone and they are not growing back even after you give them a braid. So the third stage is really when there's no more hair and it's smooth, it's bald. Then that's the third stage of alopecia. All right, so now that you know all the 3 stages, I just want to say something. Going from stage 1 to stage 2 really depends on everyone. So for example, someone who has very thin hair, maybe they'll get faster from stage 1 to stage 2. If someone has more of coarse hair or fuller hair, maybe it will take them more time to get from stage 1 to stage 2. Sometimes it can even take years to get from one stage to another. What I want to say is that you want to be gentle with your hair. You don't want to be to a stage where it's a non-return. But last year I braided my hair. So before I decided to start my transition, a few months prior I had some braids. They were so nice. They were really nice. I did some twists. They were like long to like down there. It was absolutely beautiful. So I went to Africa, and hair there, getting your hair done, it's so much cheaper. You can tip the person like so much and still pay way less than you pay here. But not every braider, either is here or in Africa, is gentle with your hair. And usually I ask to leave my baby hair, but I guess they didn't leave enough. But anyways, also my own fault. So I got my hair braided, looking good and everything. When I took off my hairstyle, I'm like, oh my God, like my edges are thin. But I didn't really think much of it or try to take any action at that point. I'm just like, I'm gonna let my hair breed and they'll just grow back, because that's usually what I do. Let them breed and then it comes back. Unfortunately for me, and that was really not a smart thing to do, but I had a wedding coming up and I needed to have the front of my hair out, so I decided to perm my hair, and that made it worse for me. But then again, just in my mind, I don't even know what I was thinking. I'm just thinking, oh, I'm still gonna give it time, it's gonna grow. So at that point, I'm not trying any oil, I'm not trying anything other than I'm giving my hair a break and just doing my regular hair routine. At that point, I decided also that I'm not gonna perm my hair anymore. So uh, about 2 months later, I decided to go and get my hair braided again by here in Canada. And the hairstyle that I wanted, the hairdresser looks at me and she's like, well, I can't do this hairstyle. You're gonna have to choose something else. And I'm like, why? She's like, girl, you have no hair here, so I have nothing to grab. And I guess coming from someone else made me more concerned because I'm like, well, I can't even get my hair done the way I want them. So at that point, I'm like, no, 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 this is bad. I need to start looking for solution. Each stage, what can you do? So the first stage, we already spoke about it. Tight hairstyle, you remove it, you give it a break, it comes back. Or sometimes you can try things like castor oil, you can try peppermint oil, you can try a mix of essential oils, and your hair will grow back. The other stage, really the second stage, is when you tried all these things. So you're like, okay, I'm giving my hair a break and it's still not growing back. All right, I'm gonna try some oil, and even with that, it doesn't grow back. Then at that point, please see a dermatologist, because at that point, they will recommend some medication for you. So when you get to stage two, it's important, see a dermatologist. You see that you're giving them a break. You tried some oil that is known for stimulating hair growth, and even with that, your hair is not growing, go and consult a dermatologist. They will give you some medication. So sometimes they can prescribe things like minoxidil. It's over the counter, but just like any medication, when you get to a point where your health need medication, it's going to be something that you will require all the time for you to keep your hair growing. And when you're at stage two, you can regain about 40 to 60% of the hair that you lost. So it's not going to go back to 100%, but you can still regrow a few things with medical therapy. But once your hair gets to the point where it needs that stimulation to grow, unfortunately, that's something that you always have to use to be able to keep your hair that way. And I believe when you start doing that, it's something that you have to take on a daily basis. But I'm not a dermatologist, so I would say consult your dermatologist. They will explain what are the treatment options available. When you get to stage three, so it's the stage where you're bald, when you touch it, it's smooth, there's absolutely no hair. Unfortunately, when you get to that stage, there's nothing else that can be done other than bringing your hair, like doing a hair transplant. So they'll take hair from other parts of your head and bring it back. So what did I do that worked for me? I started using rosemary oil, and you've seen the recipe on my channel. And if you haven't, I'll put the link in the description box. I started making my own rosemary oil. And to be honest, it helped me a lot. Like, I'm not here trying to sell you anything, okay? I'm not selling anything. I'm really just saying what worked for me. Tried my own rosemary oil, and I seen a difference within about 2 months. I seen a difference. So I will use this rosemary oil every day and massage for about 5 minutes, and it really helped me regrow my edges. I'll show you also pictures of what it looked like. So that was my daily routine. Spray my hair with my rosemary water and then massage my hair with rosemary oil that I was doing at home. Then recently, very recently, about over 2 weeks ago, I started using something else. Because yes, my hair did grow, but I wanted to have them fuller. Just a disclaimer, I am not someone who ever had like full edges. Yes, I had long edges, but never like very thick. But I wanted to grow them thick, take more care of it, because it's not something that unfortunately I was really doing. So I'm like, well, it's not something that I was doing for a long time. So when I went back to perming my hair, unfortunately, I started neglecting my hair again. So I'll show you what I've tried. So it's been 2 weeks now that I started using this. So this is a derma roller. So I started first with the 0.25 millimeters. And then I was like, okay, because at first I was a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I don't know if it hurts. Those are small needles, so I wanted to be careful. I also didn't want to do anything that will damage my hair further. And you have to be very careful when using this tool because the bigger the needle are, the deeper they go. So you don't want to damage your hair. So I started with 0.25. I did see some result. That's why I decided to invest and go with the 0.5. I know most people use, 1.5 millimeters. Those are the ones that I noticed a lot of people use. And I don't know why it's not something that people talk about much, because honestly, I did see some result within 2 weeks, to the point where I was like, is it me? Like, am I crazy? And I had to send the videos of when I first used it to like the video after to a few of my friends just to let me know, do you see a difference? Because I see a difference, but I want to make sure that I am not insane here, or I'm not just, it's not just my mind seeing things. So this is the derma roller. So I used the 0.25 for 2 weeks, and then I've been using this for not even a week actually. So the way I use this, so I spray my hair, and I've been trying also the Mielle Organic. So I know some people were telling me that they don't really do DIY. So if you want to use rosemary and mint oil already made, you don't want to do your own, you can just use anything. Like, I'm trying this one. I can't really tell if it's doing anything for my hair just because I'm using other things at the same time. So I don't know really if it's helping my hair grow or not, to be honest. But this I can tell just because it's something new that I added in my routine and then saw a major difference. That's why I'm like, okay, I definitely know it's a derma roller. So the way I use the derma roller, I spray my hair first with my water, so it can be just regular water or rosemary water. I put my oil on, massage everywhere, and then I take this and roll. So what I'm gonna do is I will do a YouTube short showing you exactly how I use it, and then what I will be doing maybe every 2 weeks, or if you want just monthly, you can also let me know. Kind of do an update of how derma rolling, sorry, I can kind of do an update maybe every 2 weeks or every month or even longer if you feel like a weekly a bi-weekly update is not necessary. I can do that just to show you guys how's that working for me, and if you want to try it, then you're free to do so. All right. So thank you so much for listening today until the end. And if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe, comment, like, share. It's really a free way of helping me grow my channel. So I truly appreciate you for being here with me today. And I hope that you learned some things that you can incorporate in your routine, or if you're having that issue, that's something that you learn that will help you grow healthy hair or regrow healthy hair. All right, so I'll see you on the next